Let's talk about how an empath can burn out. Like what happens to an empath? Well, first of all, you probably are wondering, what is an empath? What are these types of people and what is this skill, gift, or ability that they have? So as we look at this, what we see is that in every single one of us, we have information. And this information, we have a tendency to think that it's only in our head, like the things that we know. But our body is a recording device. And so in different places in our body, there's information or memory, and there's also information that's inside of our head. But this information is not just inside our body. We also hold some of this information around us. Our personality, our mood, our attitude, our emotions. Information is in our body about who we are, in our head about the things that we know, but also our emotions give off a message of how we're doing. And so that information is inside of our personal space that's around us. Now, the truth of it is over here, information doesn't just sit in our head. Information travels from under our skin into our personal space. And you can't stop this from happening. Empaths are in tune to this information naturally. So empaths can pick up on your information. I know it kind of seems creepy, but it's just how it works. There's information all around us and inside of us, and we have always thought as people that this information is only for us to know about ourselves. And we also have a tendency of thinking that nobody can see, hear, or feel this information. But here comes an empath. An empath is someone who picks up on this information. And the reason why they pick up on this information is because they have an extra level of sensitivity, or what we call sensibility. So they're able to sense how you feel, which is the information in your personal space. They're able to sense what's troubling you. They're able to sense what emotions may be stuck or bothering you. And because empaths have a higher level of sensibility, they naturally, as they're around people, are gathering more information about you than a common person. That's why empaths stand out. Now, do they take this information? No, they can just sense it. They literally can sense it more than others can. So empaths have a higher level of sensibility that they tune into that information that literally is coming from your body. Yeah, you got to know that your skin and bones don't trap information inside of you. It moves through you because information travels on a wavelength, just like communication does. Our cell phones work through communication waves in the air. The same thing happens between people, is that there are communication waves that happen in the air. And so just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Like if I hold my cell phone up and I'm looking at my cell phone, I can make a phone call with my cell phone and there's no wires attached, right? We totally get that. So the signal is leaving my phone, going somewhere. So it's traveling through the air, traveling through the walls. And so the signal a person gives off is also traveling through the air. We as people give off signals and they travel through the air, and an empath is a type of person who can pick up on these signals and be able to receive the message that you are sending. Every human being sends messages and also can receive messages from other people. We send and receive. Now, empaths have a higher level of sensibility, and so they are picking up on these signals of what that information is. And there's lots of different ways that empaths can pick up on this information: through the words that you say, through the thoughts that you have, through the tone of voice that you use, through your energy, through your body language, through your behavior, through your results. And the more higher trained or higher practiced the empath is, they can gather more information about you. Now, that can seem creepy, but here's how it can help you. This is how empaths can help you. Empaths can help you problem solve. They can help you understand yourself. They can help you through challenges that you may not know how to get through. Empaths are great to have around because they have this deeper sense of what's really going on. For example, I've been called an empath, somebody who can sense more than a common person. And so that's why I'm a coach, a life coach, because I want to use my empath ability as much as possible to help other people. And so I use this ability to tune into people to see what's working and what's not working in their life. And then I can give suggestions or coaching to the person to help them make adjustments in their life so that they can do better. And that's what I love about this, is that if you are someone who can tune into people, or you're able to pick up on signals or messages from people, there's a really good chance you're an empath, or you have some level of being an empath. I think movies and stuff like that make empaths look like they're weird. They're not. We're just highly sensibility people. We just have higher levels of senses so we can help where help is needed. Now, could you use this for bad? Of course, anything in this world can be used for bad, but I highly suggest that you learn how to use this to help people so that when they ask for help and you go to help them, your help is more specific and you can be very dialed in on what this person needs help with. So if you've ever felt like you're tuned into people, or you can be this way with people, you seriously ought to think about becoming a life coach. And that's what I do, is I train people on how to use their empath abilities to be life coaches, because usually they lack structure and order and how to go about doing this. In the meantime, when you're around people and you sense these messages or these signals coming from people, you're not weird. Now, the reason why an empath burns out is because an empath doesn't manage the quantity of information coming in. They don't manage it. There's just so much information coming in from multiple people at the same time that an empath can actually become overloaded with information. For example, you take this person right here, and let's just say that there was another one in the room, and another person in the room, and another person in the room, and there's multiple people, and all this information is coming to you as an empath. If you have not learned how to manage the incoming energy, all of this information is going to come to you all at the same time, which can overload your system, overload your receiver. And so now you actually get exhausted, feel overwhelmed, feel like there's too much coming at you, and you will actually burn out. Like literally run out of energy, can't handle it, and you can't figure out why that's happening to you. That's empath burnout, because there's so many people's information coming to you, but you haven't put up a particular way of thinking that says, I will choose whose information I listen to. I will tune into them when I want to and tune out when I want to. So do you hear that? You have to train your mind when to turn on the empath gift and when to turn off. Tune in, tune out, tune on, turn off. Because many times where their empath gift is on all the time. And anytime something's on all the time, it's going to burn out, right? It's just going to wear out faster. The same thing with your empath gift is you can't be tuned in all the time with all the people. It's just too much. So I've had to practice tuning or turning off the information coming in. Now, how do you do that? Well, what you do is you draw a circle like this, and then what you decide is you're going to install an on and also an off switch. So you can tune in and we can tune out. So we can turn it on, off, tune in or tune out of people that we have permission to stop. So this is something I had to teach my brain, talk to my brain and tell my brain, hey, we need to turn this off right now because we're going to be in a group of people and I don't want to get overwhelmed and reach burnout. So I've had to talk to my brain and literally turn off that, meaning I'm not open to receive information right now, or I choose not to receive information right now. Because us as empaths, we have to govern the gift, this spiritual gift that we've been given. We have to govern this gift and manage it so it doesn't wear us out and burn us out, because then we start to regret the fact that we can be so in tune to people, and then we start to avoid people, and that's not good. So an on, off, or a tune in, tune out mindset. And it took me weeks and weeks and weeks to practice this, to go, I'm not receiving information. And I would visualize other people's information coming to me, but I imagined it stopping on the outside of my personal space. Right here, I imagine it stopping. So I see like this letter coming through the air, but it stops. And my personal space is about 3 feet from me. Like if I hold out my arm in front of me, and at the fingertips is where the information stops, right at my fingertips. And so I practice seeing that, oh, this person's information is at my fingertips, but it doesn't have to be in my space or in my head or in my body, because that's just going to burn me out. All these people's information is going to be at my fingertips, not in my space. And that's a decision I made, is it's going to come to the edge of my personal space, not just automatically come in. So I had to govern this, because as I did seminars, as I have done workshops and speaking engagements, I could get overwhelmed with the thousands of people in the audience, but I had to manage that so that I can stand there and do a good job and not reach burnout. So super important. Let's walk through this one more time. To install the on-off, tune in, tune out process, that's an option, and then to imagine other people's information coming to my personal space, which is at the end of my fingertips, and it stops there. But when I want it to, when I want to tune into that person, and I choose to tune in, now their information comes in so I can sense how they are, so that I can help them the best way possible as a coach and as a human being. But then when I'm done, I then see their information go back out to the edge of my personal space. Huge difference for me, so I don't reach burnout. I hope this helps you as an empath, and it also helps you understand empaths. So if you have a friend or a spouse or a child who tends to pull away from groups of people, it's probably because they have a high sensibility and they have not learned how to govern this gift. Teach them what I just showed you here, that they can install this, they can practice the edge of the personal space, and that they can choose who they tune into and who they don't tune into, so they can govern themselves better and they can increase the quality of their gift so that they can do a good job as an empath. The beautiful part of it is it's here to help us help other people, but when it's not managed, it can become a very challenging gift to have. It actually can become a curse, because if it's out of control and not managed, we can feel overwhelmed, we can feel burdened, and feel super responsible for every person around us. So if you have a friend, a family member, or maybe it's even you that has this type of high sensibility, maybe they need to watch more of my videos so that they can see how this works. I've been coaching empaths for the last 18 years, and I'm going to continue to put information here on my YouTube channel to help you. And if you've ever wanted to learn how to become a life coach, just click the link down here below, and you'll be able to see the course that I have that can help you take your empath gift, make it more structured and systemized so that you could actually have a business coaching people. Love to help you. So help the friend around you so that they don't become overwhelmed and burnt out. We all need to help each other, right? Okay, learn your gift, learn how to manage it. Being an empath is awesome, and any person can increase their ability to be an empath. It's a wonderful gift to have. Awesome. Thank you.